Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, where we are once more in Mamook to continue the Allied Society quests for the Mamool and help them build their granary. Volja, the Boon of Bunawa. Just look at our crop stores, Desiree. Mamook now has choice when it comes to food. We never could have seen this day if not for your help. But we can still do better. More can flourish yet, I just know it. As passionate as always, I see. While I wish I could agree with you, I'm afraid we may be reaching the extent of our crop variation. Currently the forest restricts us in two ways. One, the meteorite's unique aether, and two, a distinct lack of natural sunlight. Crops that can grow under both of these conditions are unfortunately limited. Removing even one of those restrictions would certainly increase our options, assuming such a feat were possible, of course. We've considered how to let sunlight in before, but it's not as easy as felling a tree or two. If only we could reference another locale that cultivates flower in near total darkness. Like Heritage Found? That's right. When I was in Tuliola, I heard about what happened in Yasolani. They say the dome is rife with lightning energies and an endless night lingers over the land. Fascinating. And yet they successfully farm there? UPS Halo, you say? I have a permit to visit Jacques Tural. Why don't we go and see it for ourselves? I also possess the required permissions, so I can join you. If we compare the data of his force to that of UPS Halo, we may well find a clue relevant to our current conundrum. It'll be a long journey, but we haven't a moment to lose. Lead the way, Desiree. Ah, we teleport directly there. It's nice. Thank you for escorting us. To think the sun once shone so brightly here. It's a different sort of darkness than that of the Ja Tiika Heartlands. With lightning aspected aether, this stands in the atmosphere. It's little wonder that the thick thunderclouds obscure the sky as they do. I could probably stand in awe of this place all night, but we have a duty to fulfill. We need to ask the residents here about their farming techniques. Be ready when you are, so just lead the way. Let's have a look around. They're accompanying you. So these towers act as artificial sun for their plants. Far smaller than what we have in Labyrinthos, but no less effective for the growth of crops. Well, as you can see, we grow our crops in circles at UPS Halo. The reason is simple. This contraption converts lightning aspected energy to create an ideal environment for our crops. From humidity and lighting to temperature and soil quality. Hang on, I've seen you before. With Sharlayan, no? She's away on business at the moment, but I let her know you dropped by. She'd be sorry to have missed you. I was wondering if I would be referencing the overseer from the quest line. Of course, it's only natural that all bets are round. But developing this style of agriculture was the result of trial and error. I want to learn more about how you do the crops here. Our little farm has caught your fancy. Can hardly blame you. Keeping crops alive in an environment such as these is no small feat, if I do say so myself. We use electro equipment to supply our plants with the nutrients and light they require. The key to good gardening is understanding the unique needs of each species after all. These folks have worked hard to achieve the impossible. I'm all the more inspired to do the same. That said, it will be nothing but a bother if we stand around here. Let's regroup and discuss our next steps. The infrastructure here is unlike Sharlayan, Garlean, or even Allergan technologies. I must take great care in my study of this place. I thought I'd learned a decent amount about the outside world after leaving Mamook, but I still don't know the half of it, do I? Thanks for guiding us here. The trip was well worth it. Indeed, we can neither develop such infrastructure overnight, nor can we discount the difference between heritage found in the Ja Tiika Heartlands. However, the knowledge that aspected aether may be converted into something equivalent to natural light is invaluable. We do not possess this electro, but perhaps magic can achieve a similar effect? The Bunewa are peerless when it comes to magic. Let's head back and ask Kagilja. He's probably missing us about now anyway. And follow me? If we could truly create artificial sunlight, other possibilities. Hold on a moment while I fetch Kagilja. Revolja explained your idea. If you're looking to achieve the impossible with magic, shouldn't you speak with our mightiest practitioner instead? You don't mean the Autarch? He's different now, and he wants the best for the gainery, same as anyone. I'm sure he'd help if you asked. But I left. Surely I'm little more than a traitor in his eyes? Then just have to win him over. You're right. This is for Golma, for Mamook. Then, if your mind is made up, shall we request an audience? Masterful work. Autarch? Just the other day, my wife brought me a sample from your harvest. I could hardly believe how flavorful it was. Thank you. It is an honor to receive such kind words. I hear that you require Bunewa's expertise. Yes, we're hoping to create light here with magic so we can grow an even wider variety of crops. We made a journey to Yasolani by Desiree's guidance and studied the agricultural techniques of heritage found. The harsh climate there is constantly obscured by dark clouds, yet by way of special devices the farmers create artificial sunlight, enough to maintain healthy beds of crops. Instead of devices, we thought Bunava magics might achieve something similar. Do you think it possible, Otak? Weaving illusion into reality is indeed possible for us, but you require more than simple light, no? It is, you say, the light in question must deliver properties necessary for our plant's nutrition at appropriate levels. I'm happy to explain in detail if you believe such a feat can be achieved. It can. The magic will require eligible vessels, however, created from material replete with energy. Understood. We'll procure whatever you need. He's cooperating. The Otak really has changed. Anyway, need to gather materials for those vessels. The Otak said witch and energy, so I know just the thing. Bark from trees of living light in the node Nanunja. You can't get more concentrated energy than that. This all comes down to you, Desiree. Bring us what we need for the vessels, and we'll take care of the rest. Did you find what we need for the vessels? Bark of living light. Perfect. This is good concentrated energy. I'll bring it to the Otak and we get started right away. Such remarkable magics. These lights illuminate our granary as though it were midday. And you may have noticed Golma's latest addition. I don't know how Volja and the others found time to prepare a kitchen, but it makes readying our yields for consumption easier than ever. Admiring the kitchen, are you? One day it'll make some legendary dishes. Even one to rival Jibruk Pibil. An admirable dream. With passion like yours, I'm certain it shall come true. If we can make a meal, we can share a meal. Just like Gulul Jaja did on that battlefield to end an endless war. Creating a dish that brings our Ikbrash neighbors to the table again. This is my next hope for Golma. I hope we become living proof that Mamook has changed for the better. As the granary flourishes, so too do Volja's dreams of a future of his homeland. Whether Mamook will prove herself capable of restoring relations with the people of Ikbrash, however, remains to be seen. Reputation up. Reputation is increased to honored. Eat your vegetables free. So, turn in the old quest. You'd think maintaining our lights would be a simple task, but in truth our magical practitioners have to constantly adjust intensity, wavelength, feed, and all sorts of other things according to Angia's readings. And our readings change day by day. Really makes you appreciate the technical artistry we're working with. You may leave data collection to me. The boon of our practitioners and I will ensure that Golma prospers under the new lights, no matter the conditions. Alright. Gift of a Granary. Hello Desiree, can I ask you to make a delivery of our finest vegetables? It's for our Jabral neighbors. I mean, think on it, much of the ore and fish and such that we've been gathering have come from the Utumu horizon. It only seems right that we express our thanks for letting us share their resources. As such, I'd like you to make your way to the middle of a Jabrit cinder field. A Jabral I've been in contact with will be there to accept the delivery. A seasoning for soup. Mamook's traditional dishes tend to be sparse when it comes to seasonings. Aside from the salt taken from the bitter bark cenote, the sweet flavoring provided by Najul, and a fermented fish sauce, there isn't much else we add to our food. So for those who've gone on to experience Soliola's varied cuisine, our local fare is decidedly lacking in comparison. On a related note, I've heard a Jabral visitor mentioning certain ingredients found in the upper falls that might improve the taste of our vegetable soup. Would you be so kind as to harvest some of the white pepper found in the egg brush? It's said to have a spicy kick that enhances the flavor of the vegetables. Store-to-door delivery. Can I ask a favor, Desiree? I need you to make a delivery of vegetables to a Mamook resident. More and more people have been visiting Golma of late, but for those raising little ones or suffering from illness, it can be difficult to make it out here. So it was that we started a delivery service, only to realize we rarely have enough people in hand to make the deliveries. It would help us enormously if we could see this order to its destination. There you go, a basket full of fresh produce. The note inside will tell you its intended recipient. Seems simple enough. Yeah. Coughing Door Pro.
Suffered sore head, dizzy spells, and now to make things worse, an empty stomach. Just end it all and put me out of my misery.
At least with the empty stomach I can do something.
Sorry, didn't see you there. This must be the order my friend put in for me. You're the savior of empty bellies and by extension the world itself. Had I rested with his hunger much longer, my suffering would have rent the worthy star asunder. Don't look at me like that, I'm in pain. In any case, you have my thanks. As to Kagilja, if you would be so kind as to pass him on.
God, into the cinder field. Volunteered to make the delivery, did you? I appreciate you meeting me halfway. Now that's a hefty sack of goods. I must admit a lot of us have been curious to see what Mamook has been growing in its new vegetable fields. Here, I come bearing gifts as well. This is an assortment of meats our young Tia Draw brought back from the hunt. Please take the sack to Kagilja along with our best regards. It's my hope that this surge of goodwill between our peoples becomes more than a passing sentiment. Let's hope for the best. Good. Your friend greets you. That's why you're back. No issue with the delivery then? Yes, our customers are always so pleased to see the vegetables arrive. Thank you for shouldering the task this time. In ways both large and small, the new crops have changed not only how people in Mamook think about food, but how they act around each other. I'd like to think our continued efforts at the granary will ensure that these changes are for the better. Yeah, take this for your trouble. How we hunt for seasonings? You wanted spices? You get spices. Yes, this will do nicely. My thanks for braving the beasts of the Utumu horizon. Right, I say we get this ingredient prepared and popped into a soup straight away. Hopefully our Mamook customers find the taste to their liking. You know, if this can persuade even the studious Angiel to finish a meal over returning to our research, then I think we're onto a winner. If you run into any trouble by making the delivery, no trouble. Just a counter gift. He sent you back with a gift. We're trying to thank them. I expected nothing in return, but I'm grateful nonetheless. Thanks to the granary and its bounty, we have a wonderful opportunity to build relations with Fisher. Please help us continue nurturing this budding friendship. Alright. And that's it already for today, I think. Until next time then, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Mason. Don't get lost.